I'm excited to share with you the top 10 gratitude hacks that I think will make a big difference in your life. So why gratitude? Well, there have actually been over 26 studies that have been done by the NIH as well as different universities and colleges around the positive effects that gratitude has in all different areas of life. So we're talking about increasing productivity, resilience, health, well-being, your immune system, even your sleep, improving relationships, and having an overall 25% boost in happiness. And aside from what the studies say, I also think that gratitude is a seriously important foundation for establishing an abundance mindset. So starting out with tip number 1, begin and end your day with gratitude. So it's just a matter of writing down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. If you don't know where to start, you can simply look around the room and pick up anything that you are thankful for. So for example, this pen, it allows us to jot down everything that's in our head, our thoughts or to-dos. We can write meaningful letters as well as thank you notes, handwritten, and it's very useful. So number 2 is use the details of whatever that item is to actually take your gratitude deeper. So for example, I have a grapefruit. I'm not a big fan of grapefruits, but let's pretend it's an orange. And there are really 2 ways to kind of deepen that with the detail. So one would be just more in the mindfulness category where you're peeling away the skin of the grapefruit or orange and you're enjoying the citrus smell and the juiciness of it. So just thinking and literally enjoying that, stimulating that full gratitude, that full enjoyment of that particular object. The second way to do this is just to think about, well, how did this come to me? And there had to be a farmer that planted the grapefruit tree. There were workers to tend to making sure it got all the nutrients it needed. There was a trucker that needed to help transport to your local grocery store so that they could stock the shelves with it, and now you could buy it. And so just thinking about the detail or the even history behind it will help deepen that gratitude practice. Number 3 would be to make a ritual of practicing gratitude. So whether that is just taking a candle and creating a mini ritual around gratitude. So lighting the candle, closing your eyes, and maybe thinking of 10 things that you're grateful for. Or even simpler than that, grab a river rock or some object that you admire, maybe around, again, your desk or something. And every time you see it, you can designate this as your gratitude rock. And when you see it, pick it up and think of one thing that you're thankful for. In fact, I'm gonna put it on my desk. I need to keep reminding myself to do this. So it does take practice. Number 4 would be to meditate and observe a few minutes of silence before practicing gratitude. That again will help deepen it as well as get you in a peaceful state, which is, again, how I think that the happiness boost occurs. And then number 5, really feel into the feeling of the gratitude. And this is really important. It's like you start out with the peace and then it increases to happiness and then to joy. And what a beautiful state to live in. And when you truly feel into it, it's like you're connecting to universe or source or whatever you want to call it, and it just gives you a little bit of a natural high. And one little tip to kind of feel into the feeling, if you're having trouble with that, is to think about something you do on an everyday basis or that you use on an everyday basis, and think about what you would do without that. I had 2 examples that came to mind in that area. One was I used to work with a coworker whose granddaughter, who was 6 or 7, had bladder issues. So something like going to the bathroom that we do every few times a day that we don't even think about is something that little girl did not even have the ability to do without some help. And then another one was one time we had traveled down to St. Lucia and we were staying at a resort, and I was chatting with one of the staff members there, and I was asking, oh, well, what do you do on your day off? And she had mentioned, well, I usually spend most of my time hand washing all of my clothes. They don't have washers and dryers down there. And, this is something we complain about doing our laundry. So just the little things help remind us really, truly how grateful we can be, or even go camping. Sometimes you forget all the nice luxurious items you have on a day-to-day basis. It really makes you appreciate that. Number 6 would be to simply say thank you. Anyone that you're interacting with that's helping you, whether it's a customer service person on the phone or in person when you're doing errands. And it really definitely brightens someone's day. A couple weeks ago, there was another mom that actually took my daughter and a friend's daughter home, and I didn't even have the chance to thank her. So even if it is late, I feel like it's never too late. It's better than not at all. And so I just sent her a quick email about a week later because I got pretty busy, and just heartfelt. I really appreciate you taking my daughter home, and I know it was a little bit out of your way, so thank you so much. And she said, your email just made my day. And it's just really nice that little touches, little thank yous make a big difference. Number 7, when you're having a rough day, I encourage you to do what's called a gratitude challenge. And so you may start to feel triggered or getting frustrated and sort of in a mood. Remind yourself to stop and then get away from wherever you are. Maybe go take a walk or run or go play with a dog or go do something physical, preferably, and then come back. And when you're calmer, write down 10 things that you're grateful for in general. If you want an even tougher challenge, if you're having a conflict with someone, now this might take a day pause in between, write down 10 things that you're thankful for about that person that you're having an issue with. Now, I've done that before. That is not easy. Or if you don't want to write about the person, you could write the 10 things that you're grateful for about that situation. So a couple examples of that would be, I'm grateful that I'm learning something from it. Maybe you don't know what it is at the time, which is okay. Maybe you're not receptive to it. That's all right. Or it could be, hey, after this blows over, I'm going to be able to be closer to this particular person because now our open communication is much better. We can improve other areas within our relationship. Number 8 is keep it fresh. So as I mentioned in tip number 1, where you're writing the 3 to 5 things down that you're grateful for, try to think of a new thing that you're grateful for. Because when I started the gratitude practice, I would say, oh, I'm thankful for my home, for my dog, for my health, and that's great. But by thinking of something new every day, you're really stretching not only your mind, but the gratitude muscle. And I think the more specific you are, the more meaningful it is, and the deeper you can cultivate this practice. Number 9 is sprinkle gratitude throughout the day. And so whether you're at a stoplight or you're waiting for your item to be warmed up in the microwave or your coffee to be brewed or your tea to be ready, take those smaller moments and practice gratitude in between. And a lot of us are really used to checking our phones all the time. Instead of checking your phone, practice a moment of gratitude. And it occurred to me that if everyone who checked their phone were to practice this gratitude moment instead of checking their phone, can you imagine what a difference that would make in the world? Just a thought there. Number 10, make it easy for yourself. So use all the tools that you can have at your fingertips. So maybe download a gratitude app or use your simple traditional Post-it sticky notes, put it on your computer, your mirror, your purse, your handbag, your backpack, your car, wherever you're going to see it. And also create a playlist of songs that kind of keep you in a positive mood and practice gratitude when you're listening or doing the chores with your fun playlist. And then I have a bonus tip for you, which is to associate an object or a routine with gratitude. So maybe while you're enjoying your morning tea or your coffee, between sips, you're now practicing just one thing to think about that you're grateful for. And I also wanted to mention that if you don't have a journal to practice any of these gratitude steps, I've created a free daily happiness formula. It's technically one page that's useful, the other page is sort of instructions, some different little tools and tips that will help boost your happiness, hopefully. So that is in the link below, and I'm hoping that this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe if it's helpful.